fortunately, I think doing a play like Fallen Angels and doing a Noel Coward play is that there's so much delight in doing it, and it is fluffy. Peter said that throughout the course of the rep, we've given you 3 shows that are sort of the appetizer and the main course and the meaty God of Carnage and Noel Coward is the sorbet. You know, there are some challenges in Coward. You know, hopefully you walk away from it and you may think that it was fluffy, but maybe something will resonate with you. You know, a day or 2 later, and you'll understand why it's an important choice in the season too.
Oh, for me, preparing Howard is it's like waiting for Christmas. I loved it. I did my first Noel Coward by adapting one of his short stories called Ashes of Roses as a musical, putting some of his songs into it for something called The Cherubs at Northwestern back in 1974 or 5. And then, after that, read everything that he ever wrote. And of course, eventually got a chance to direct Private Lives, and more recently, Present Laughter at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival. And I just find him a very congenial spirit, that he has a delicious sense of fun, a wonderful sense of whimsy, a great sense of language and silliness and topsy-turvy that he borrows heavily from Oscar Wilde, very much in the tradition of British amusers. However, there's always with him as well an underlying poignancy and something usually very, very, not serious, but very frank, and often about sex. And in this show, it's about 2 women who are allegedly happily married, but it's 5 years, and the first flush of passion is over, and they're not sure if it should be over or is over. Anyway, both of them, both dear friends, one lives upstairs from the other, each of them get a postcard from Maurice Duclos, with whom each of them, not at the same time, had an affair with before they were married. Maurice is coming back to London, and the 2 of them are hysterical because they wonder, first of all, what is he going to look like? Am I going to feel the way I did back when we first had our wonderful affair? And will my marriage withstand it? Those kind of things. And the 2 of them have that to share, and they get rip-roaring drunk in the process, which is a lot of fun. And so when Jason said, in this show, he's kind of a supporting actor, because the husbands only show up at the very beginning, they go off golfing, and then they come in at the very end, after all the mayhem is almost over, and just to stand there and be astonished for a while. So it's, what it says about what a marriage should be, what the shape of love is, what love is, and what friendship is, the relationship between these two friends is really extraordinary and very, very funny. The Victorian and Edwardian eras, where there were certain proscribed ways of behaving and feeling. Marriage was forever. There were some very high idealistic, romantic notions about what marriage was supposed to be, mostly engendered by Queen Victoria herself and her relationship with Albert, and how she went into deep mourning after he died and stayed that way for the next 275 years. Living on as this widow and not having any fun at all. It seems to me that after the debacle of World War I, after this poor injured country called England picked itself up and dusted itself off, things had changed in that war forever. You're watching Downton Abbey?
Yeah.
You see what's happening there? This is aiming right towards the period of the middle of the 1920s where this play is taking place, where everything is being questioned. Class, the structure of society, marriage, love, all of those things. So I do think that this play is arising out of things that people were talking about or wanted to talk about, but being British probably didn't talk about, but at least came to the theater to watch.